welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Private alongside Kevin Robinson. And Coach, that time of year, we're going to crank up indoor track season, and as usual, you're going to have one meet, you'll get the break, then you'll come back in the spring semester and really get into meat of things. First of all, before we get into the meet at Vanderbilt, I know you're really excited about the potential and what this indoor season could be for your team. You've got several regional qualifiers coming back, I believe over a dozen, and several All-Americans.
Yeah, you know, I think we've put together a team that can and should be very, very competitive this year. The fall training has gone very well. I don't think we've screwed anybody up too much yet. I'm really, truly excited about the group, both men and women. I feel like, you know, it's taken some time to build it, but I feel like this is a good year for us to kind of put ourselves out there and prove some people that, you know, we belong here and that we're ready to compete at the highest level. So, you know, we do have multiple returning All-Americans and a whole group of regional qualifiers, and we were able to recruit quite a few athletes that I think will also join that group this year. So, yeah, I think, you know, obviously we've got a lot of work to do, and we're certainly not there yet, but I believe the tools are in the toolbox, so we just need to make sure they're ready to use them.
You came through outdoor season now into the prep for the indoor, obviously. With all that you have returning, do you get a sense among your athletes that they have the high expectations as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the expectation level is extremely high. The motivation level is extremely high. We had some really, really, really positive things that happened for our team last year, and we brought back most of that energy. We brought back most of those kids that performed at a high level. So, yeah, I think the kids are fired up. I think they're freaking ready to go out there and compete with somebody and get after it. And I'm excited. I'm fired up. This is my 15th year here, and this is probably the most excited, the most fired up I've been in quite a while.
Has that been the challenge for indoor practice now with the caliber of teams that you're expected to have, with their expectations, maybe to rein them back? Because I know we talked earlier, and this team's just ready to get out and compete.
Yeah, they're hungry. You know, we spent all fall working our butts off. This meet at the end of the semester gives us an opportunity to go out and see how we match up, see if the work that we've done has paid off, you know. And I think that the challenge has been put out there for these athletes to push each other and to compete in the practice setting. And we're trying to create a championship culture, not only when it counts at meet time, but during our practices. You know, we're trying to really get these kids fired up. And I think so far this fall that we've really raised that level of expectation, and they've bought into the fact that, hey, we're a pretty dang good team. So now it's time to step up and show it.
All right, well, you're going to go to Vanderbilt. That's going to be a good meet, a good test here before you get on to that break. Obviously, anytime you go on a meet, the number one goal is to win. Mm-hmm. What are you wanting to get out of this thing other than success and podium spots?
Well, you know, this meet, it serves several different purposes for me. One of which is it kind of gives me a barometer in which to gauge where we are and what we need to improve upon. That's the primary goal. Secondary, obviously, I want to see the people that have been here, I want to see them step up and compete. I want to see them better than they were. And then with the younger group coming in, this is going to be the first taste of Division I athletics for a lot of these kids. So I'm looking to see some of these young athletes, these young men and women, to step up and have some competitive composure, you know, to step up and line up with some of the best in the NCAA and not freak out about what uniforms are on their chest, you know, to be focused on what they're doing and what they can accomplish, and to see if they can execute under pressure. And if they can, if those young kids can do what I'm hoping to see them do, then that will solidify this team.
And going up to Vanderbilt, they got a really nice facility. They've hosted several meets, including the SEC, and they, from what I've heard, they draw pretty well up there. So not only you're talking about seeing those other uniforms, probably a decent crowd as well.
Yeah. It's Vanderbilt does a phenomenal job of hosting meets. They've got an absolutely incredible facility. It's just up the road from us, so it's an easy trip. So there's really no reason for us to go in there and not do well. You know, everything's there. We just need to freaking do our job.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Coach, after you get back from Vanderbilt, they'll get on to that break, mid-semester break. I know that's always a nervous time for coaches, as excited as you are about the competition this week. But I think with the caliber of athletes you have and the focus, this will be not an off season, but a break you're not going to have to be too concerned with. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't like this break. I really don't like it. There's nothing I can do about it. But another purpose that this meet serves for us is I know exactly where they were when they stepped foot off the campus, okay? When they come back after Christmas break, they better be as good, if not better, than when they left. And if they're not, then we know that they didn't go home and do their job. So the break is tough. We lose that team culture. Everybody splits up and everybody goes home. And, it's on them to be self-motivated and to do the work on their own, which is challenging. But it's not really a request. It's a demand. It has to be done. And I guess we'll find out January 15th.
All right, Coach, best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
It's Kevin Robinson. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.